Hi! Hello everybody and welcome to it. Today we are going to be talking all about personal branding and how you can brand yourself. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. They are an all-in-one platform to help you build a website or an online store with marketing tools and analytics to help you build an online presence and run your business. I just wanted to put out a disclaimer that I'm not an expert. All I know is literally from my own doing, so what I'm teaching you is everything that I personally taught myself. So I'm not a professional. Professionals might be watching this and be laughing at me, but a lot of you asked about it and asked if I would teach you how I did it, so that's what we're doing. So if you take a look at my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my website, all of them kind of have a cohesive theme where they all have the same colors, same fonts, same vibe, and that is because of my personal branding that I've done myself. Personal branding is basically just picking colors and certain vibes and aesthetics and deciding that that's what you're going to do and implementing it through your social media or your daily life, I guess. And we will go ahead and get right on into this. Alright, so we're going to go step by step. So first we're going to be talking about a style guide and showing you how to make one for yourself. So I learned what a style guide was over my summer internship last year. It's also called a couple different other things, but I call it a style guide, and basically it's where you have colors and fonts and logos picked out for your brand, and it's just all in one sheet for you to go back and reference every time you're creating a graphic or something. So the first step to making one of those is to pick out some colors that you like. Here are all of mine that I've picked out. They are just like pinks, greens, creams, oranges. I love all those colors. A couple ways that you can find out what colors that you like yourself is to go on Pinterest or just online and look up color palettes, and if you have an idea of the type of vibe you're going for, example being like boho or earthy, you can add that in front of it. So I searched up something like boho color palettes, and that's how I found a cute little color palette of ones that I like. I knew I wanted for sure a pink and a green in there, so I went and searched all of them for colors like that. So once you pick out those colors, you usually need to find the hex code for them just in case you ever need that. If not, it's not really a big deal, but you can do that by looking up like hex code finder and like plugging it into that. And it's also usually helpful to write that out on your style guide, again, just in case, which we will get into actually making that in just a second. So pick out a couple colors. I picked out about 6, but you can really pick out as many as you want, just depends on what you need colors for. Then after you have done the colors, you need to go and find some fonts that you really like, and it's best if they all work together. If you were to put them all on the same graphic, just scroll through the fonts that the program that we're going to use has to offer and look at all those and find some that you really like. So then once you have that all picked out, we are going to move over to this website called Canva. So I'm going to switch over to a screen recording really quick to show you that. First off, here is an example of my style guide and what it looks like. So there are my colors with their hex codes, my fonts, and then some elements that I like to use. So that is what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to go to this website called Canva. It's really nice. So you'll have to make an account, and then once you do, we're going to go to create a design, custom size, and then we're going to do 11 by 8 and then change this to inches. Oh, I messed that up. So now that we have this, we're just going to write a text at the top, like your name and then style guide to make it all cute at the top. And then select all of that and put it in one of the fonts that you choose. Now we're going to do colors first. So we're going to write a little heading, select it, put it in one of my other fonts. Then you can pick any shape of your choice for the little colors. There's all of these that you could choose from. We'll just do a plain circle for now. Make it whatever size. And I'm going to copy it with Command C and then paste it with Command V and just put a bunch of them because I have 6 colors. Once we have all those, we're going to go into the color. So we're going to do DBA37D. So we'll go up here and select the color and put DBA37D. And then from our search, there it is. Okay, we got 1. Now the next one is A75. Okay, so we have some colors. Put them right there. We'll adjust everything. Okay, so now that we have our colors, I'm just going to copy this and then paste it and write fonts. So then we will pick out some fonts and put a little text bubble to put it. So we'll write font, and then Command A to select it all, and we're gonna go through and pick a font that we like. That's cute. Again, this is all up to you. Canva has a lot of fonts that you can choose from, but what you'll want to do is instead of writing font, you're gonna want to write the actual name of the font so that you can come back to it whenever you need. That's pretty cool. So we'll write the name of that one. Amsterdam 2. Okay, so we have one font. But now that we have our fonts picked out, we're actually going to go back and change this to be the names of the fonts. So, okay, perfect. So now that's kind of matching up with our style guide. And then the last thing that I like to do is pick a couple elements off of Canva. So we'll write elements. And those are these things over here. So literally just all these different things. I use these on my YouTube thumbnails, so if you're not going to be using stuff like this a lot, then you probably don't need to do this section, but I just thought that it was helpful, so we can pick out a couple of these. You have to remember to change the colors of these to match your brand. Obviously, you'll choose your elements depending on your style, which we will talk about soon. Just like what kind of vibe you're going for. But yeah, it looks really cool once you get it all put together. That's it. Do whatever, but that's just the basic that I like to use, and then I keep track of all the fonts and the colors for whenever I am making a new YouTube channel banner, a profile picture, a thumbnail. That's what I use this for, and you can download it as a PNG or a PDF. Another thing that I will suggest a little later and show you a little more in depth is to take a screenshot of your color palette right here and airdrop it to your phone so that you can use those colors whenever you're making Instagram stories, and just keep that picture in your camera roll of your colors. So yeah, okay, we'll go back to the Okay, the next step to creating a personal branding style, I guess, is to put everything onto a website. Obviously, this isn't necessary, but I love having a website with my name, www.juliakchrist, as the domain. It's really awesome to just have my own little area on the internet for myself. It's for me to put my branding rules on, and then for me to keep all of my portfolio on it and YouTube stuff and graphics for all of you. So I love my website for that reason. And something that's really exciting is that last summer I actually got an internship from my website itself, just because they saw how great my personal branding was. But the employer actually saw my website and noticed that I was really great at branding myself and making everything cohesive, that they wanted to offer me an internship. So anyways, my website is made through Squarespace, which is today's video sponsor. Squarespace offers different blogging tools so that you can write blog posts, schedule them, share updates, post photos and videos, and categorize everything. They also have email campaigns that you can set up and send out, so you can make like an email list and tell people when new things are on your website, or just whatever you want an email list for, honestly. They have social media integration, so I love this part of my website where I could link my Instagram and my YouTube and my Pinterest at the top of my site, so people can easily click on those and go to all my social media, which then draws people from my website to my social media, so I can possibly gain followers from that. It's also really awesome that you can see your traffic overview as well, so they give you a really deep look into your analytics. So if you're interested, you can head to squarespace.com to start your free trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/JuliaChrist to get 10% off of your first purchase of your domain or website. So everything for that is linked below. Another tip that I have for you is about your Instagram. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but it's really helpful to take a screenshot of your color palette that you picked out and save it to your camera roll, and maybe add it to your favorites so you can find it easily. So as an example, we'll take a picture, and then we're going to add this in from our camera roll. Just for this, so I'm gonna write something like filming. Then we will click that, and it helps you easily pick colors. A fun video today. And then you can select it easily off of that. You see what I'm saying? So it's really nice, and then you can add some little doodles like that. and then once you're done using it, you just delete it. So that helps a lot with, again, personal branding and making everything cohesive so people know what to expect as they're viewing your Instagram story, that it's all going to be aesthetic and matching with all your other previous stuff. Another thing that can really help you with branding is to define your purpose and your why you're doing it before you do it, I guess. So decide what type of content you're going to be putting out there and the vibe that you want your content to bring. So are you going to have a happy vibe? Are you going to try to motivate people to be productive? Or are you going to try and make people feel empowered and excited? Or are you going to try and boost people's confidence? Or are you wanting to make a space for people to complain? I don't know. It's all up to you and what you want to be part of your vibe. So for example, my vibe, I guess, is always happy. I love to be bright and smiley, so therefore I want that to reflect in all of my style and content. So as I mentioned, I like everything to be bright, light, happiness, because that makes me happy. So that's why I edit all my photos to have a bright look to them, as you can tell. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get across. If you want your content and your style to be more moody, like dark purples and neon greens and stuff like that, maybe start editing all your stuff with those types of vibes. I don't know, okay? That part's up to you, obviously, and then you want to try and portray that as best as you can through your content. Another thing that's helpful to do for personal branding is to create a Pinterest board of things that you like, things that you think match your brand. So I have a Pinterest board about my brand, I guess, and it just has a bunch of coffee and neutral colors and pink colored outfits and nice little white desk spaces and stuff like that. And then my last tip for kind of branding yourself and making everything in your life cohesive is to buy clothes that are all kind of the same color scheme, or to take your Instagram photos in front of the same colors, or at least try to edit them the same. So for me, as you saw, my colors are kind of pinks and greens and oranges and tans. So I'm wearing a pink sweater right now. I have a lot of pink sweaters. I love a lot of green ones. I have a lot of yellow ones and a lot of tan ones. So that's what I'm kind of meaning by that. I also make sure to have a fake plant or a real plant in all of my videos or on a lot of my Instagram pictures, because I like the green because that matches my style guide. So if you're wanting this to actually be your whole brand as yourself and be your aesthetic, you need to actually implement it in your actual physical space. So all my pictures back here have a pink tan vibe. My room is full with all these green plants. My comforter is white. As you get the vibe, you get the gist. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and subscribe, or at least hit the like button on this video if you helped you out a little bit. Information for Squarespace is down below, and that is all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.